obviously.
That is not the case at all.
South Africa's youth are being offered a chance to develop critical business skills. A free 5-week online entrepreneurship challenge has been designed for pupils between the ages of 9 and 16. The program is available in both English and Afrikaans with the support of Entrepreneurship Business School. Mark Anderson is principal of COA Academy and joins us for more details on how the initiative works. Thank you so much, Mark, for your time this evening here on Newsnight. What was the motivation behind this free of charge 5-week online entrepreneurship challenge?
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. It's something that we've actually wanted to do for a long time now. Something that we're really passionate about is harnessing the opportunity that we have in the online space, the opportunity that we have with technology at our fingertips to be able to get quality learning to anybody, anywhere. And one of the things that we've loved developing over the last few years is this business course. We call it the Online Entrepreneurship Challenge. And we're now at the point where we're ready to say, let's open this up for anybody from ages 9 to 16 to be able to access.
9 to 16, that's quite an age range. And a lot changes between a 9-year-old child and their 16-year-old counterpart. So what does the course cover to speak to these different age groups?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. I think one of the things that's really struck me about what's in this entrepreneurship challenge is that whether you're 9 years old or 59 years old, a lot of the underlying principles that we work through are actually in common. You know, when we started up COA, for example, a lot of the processes that we went through is what is in this entrepreneurship challenge. And so what we're wanting to do is take our 9-year-olds, our 10-year-olds, and start to teach them a way of thinking that's going to transform how they think about real-world problems, solutions, engaging with others, collaboration, working in the online space to solve problems, and then turn that into a workable business idea. And if you can just imagine a 9-year-old grasping those basic concepts, just imagine what a 19-year-old is going to be doing, a 29-year-old is going to be doing. And so we really want to be instilling those ideas in the younger generation. I think one of the things that I'm particularly passionate about as a principal is if we look at our traditional model of education, I think a lot of our kids feel a real disconnect between what they're learning in the textbook and what's happening in the real world. And we're saying, actually, there's a way that we can address these real world issues in a way that even a 9-year-old, 10-year-old can really grasp and work with.
On that point, this is an online course, but it's also got an interactive one-on-one coaching kind of element. Talk us through that.
Absolutely. So it's a 5-week course, as you said, and every week the students will be working independently on coursework. They're learning the material at their own pace. It's mastery-based, it's self-paced. But at the same time, every Wednesday we get together online. And one of the magic things about being online is that we can be spread out across the country. And then in the click of a button, we can be together in one place. And so we're able to bring all of the students together who are working on this course and provide them with expert coaching and guidance and mentorship, not just from educators like myself, but also real world experts. We've got people like Sandras Piri from Entrepreneurship Business School who's joining us. We've got well-known economist Davi Roets who's coming in. And people like this are going to be engaging with our kids and mentoring the kids and having a look at the arc of their story over those 5 weeks. We're not just interested in the final product. We're interested in the development of skills all the way along. And so we're going to be feeding that in through those weekly live mentorship sessions that happen on a Wednesday afternoon.
And this online course also has its own sort of Shark Tank or Dragon's Den component to it, with winners, you know, walking away with a cash injection to start their own business. Tell us a little bit more about that and whether that places a limitation on how many people can take part.
Great question. It's one of the elements of it that I get really excited about and the kids get really excited about is the idea that there's the opportunity at the end to be able to pitch your idea to a real world investor, an angel investor. And so the way that happens is over the course of the 5 weeks that we're together, We're having a look at the content that the students are working on throughout the week, and we're providing digital feedback to them. And then we're choosing the best projects towards the end of that 5 weeks to be able to present, much like we're online now in a Zoom call, and we'll choose the best projects to then present to a panel of real-world angel investors. And they'll get real-time feedback and inputs on the businesses that they've dreamt up and launched. And at the end of that, there'll be a decision from the angel investors, and we have a 3,500 Rand cash investment ready and waiting to put into one of these businesses, the one that they choose as the standout business, as a way to actually say, this isn't just a theoretical exercise that we're going through here. We actually want to equip you with real world skills. And part of that is real world access. And so you've got that opportunity to connect with those judges at the end and maybe walk away with a bit of an opportunity to boost your business.
Mark, we hear so often about how differently Gen Zs and more recently Generation Alphas think differently from those of us born before the turn of the millennium. Do you think that those born after 2010 are better equipped to be entrepreneurs?
I think that everybody is born with a unique perspective on the world around them. So, you know, whether you're born in one generation or another, I think we've got to be teaching our kids and our adults to understand the world around them in a way that makes sense, and that they can then access and bridge gaps and solve problems, not just for themselves, but for others around them. When you think of a simple entrepreneurship challenge like this, you know, we're going to be starting by encouraging them to think about how they understand their world. Look around you. What do you see? What do you experience? What is your day-to-day like? Can you identify pain points for yourself or people around you that you can maybe solve through a business idea? And then how do we go about that practically? And so in some ways, the ideas that these teenagers come up with just blows my mind and really shapes things in a whole new light, like you say, in a way that I would never have seen, you know, an opportunity that I would never have dreamt up myself. But those underlying principles that we're teaching them, the framework that they're working through is really tried and tested.
So I'm sure a lot of parents and budding young entrepreneurs are sitting with their ears pricked, waiting to find out exactly where they can enter or submit to take part. Give us those details.
Great. So it's really simple. Head on over to the website koaacademy.com. That's KOA academy.com. And have a look on the top tab. You'll see that there's an events tab. Click on that and you'll see the online entrepreneurship challenge waiting for you there. And it's really simple. All you need is to sign up online by the 1st of May. You need a good internet connection, a stable internet connection to be able to do that online work and to be able to connect to those Wednesday sessions. As you said earlier, it's available in both English and Afrikaans home language. And in May, we'll get up and running with anybody who's signed up.
And of course, the first step to success is trying. If you don't put your hat in the ring, you've already failed. So go on, log on, take part. Thank you so much for talking to us. That was Mark Anderson, Principal of KOA Academy. Now, still to come on Newsnight, the IEC is once again on a mission to get voters to turn up at the polls.